What up? Peace. Earlier today, I did a video about or share about trusting your magic. This message kind of was like heavy on my heart, and so I wanted to share it. But then I had to get on the bus, and so it was loud. So this is like part two to that. You're gonna have to go back and catch one, the beginning. What up, Kata Yilia? Thank you for joining. Ooh. Coach Kair, Team Taurus, Atlanta, Georgia. Abdul Kul, Tafalatat, Wabazun, Gama Farragoon, Shalel Kaloon. Please press 2 if you're inviting 2 people. I want to talk about trusting your magic. Please press 2 if you're inviting 2 people. I am in the love of all, and all love is in me. I'm a part of all, and all is a part of me. And I am one with all, and all is one with me. And I can succeed as a part of all and fail as an individual. And I can be all that I wish in all as long as my wish is to stay in all. I am never alone. All is, I am. All can, I can. All does, I do. Istanji ilaku. What up, Dana? Cheryl's in the building. Hey, Kim Wallace, Team Capricorn from Texas. Marquetta, thank you for sharing the video. Appreciate that. What up, Chris? All right. I got a blister on my finger the other day, right? And if you know anything about like biology, you know when you get a sore or something, or you get a cut, you know that white blood cells come up to the surface of to wherever the cut is at to help you heal. And there's nothing that you have to do about it. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing. It just happens unless you got some kind of deficiency in your immune system or whatever, where it's not rushing there fast enough, and then you got to go seek treatment, right? So this video is kind of like a white blood cell video. Like, do you trust your magic? Really, really trust your magic. And then even when we're talking about do you trust your magic, and on a scale of 1 to 10, what do you think? Do you think that you trust your magic at a 1 or a 2 or a 3, which is like you don't trust it that much? Or do you trust it at a 10? You trust it at a 9 or an 8? What do you trust your magic? What number do you trust your magic? What up, Lucy? Abu is in the building. My money coach is always present. I guess press 22 if you're going to share the video, because I don't want you to get the numbers mixed up with, you might put down, you might press 2 that you shared it, and then you was really pressing 2 because that's how you felt about trusting your magic. The first thing I want to talk about is the difference between magic and superstition. Okay? It's a huge difference. And what I have noticed is a lot of folks are really superstitious. They're not really, they say, oh, I want to learn magic. But really they want you to help them get deeper into their superstition. What's up, Riziki? And the behavior that happens through superstition is very similar to the behavior that goes on in a ritual. But it's not the same. You see what I mean? Like, all sex ain't making love. All sex ain't porn. But they could be up under the category of, activity, physical activity. Like, it's an exercise too. T. Barton is in the building. Hey, baby. So, a lot of people have superstition. And when you are practicing, like when you really are into being superstitious, and then you try to come over and be like, oh, I want to learn more about magic. And you say, well, I'm a beginner. You're really not a beginner because you've been playing around with magic all your life. But you were just very superstitious about it. And you were sneaking and you wanted to incorporate it into other things that you were doing. But when you start coming over and saying, let's get down to magic, then you're talking about scientific. You're talking about being not lucky, but you're actually talking about generating a specific result. All right, what up, Kathy? And a lot of folks don't trust their magic. So I had an incident that happened to me this weekend that was just the answer that got downloaded to me. So I was in the Charlotte airport and didn't have a ride to go to the hotel, or I really didn't want to pay what the Uber was, right? And I needed a ride later, so I knew it was getting ready to get expensive on, dealing with Uber around Charlotte. But the price just spiked, and I was like, I'm not paying that. I started calling all my friends in Charlotte, and nobody was answering the phone, or they was on the way to another side of town, or all this other stuff, right? So, and then I went to the ATM to get some money, and the ATM is not working. So I leave my bags at the ATM, walk across the aisle, and just sit down. I'm just sitting there, and I was just like, well, like my magic is going to handle this. Because that's my phrase. Let your magic do the heavy lifting. Please, everybody type that. Let your magic do the heavy lifting. But if I had been practicing letting my magic work for me instead of trying to control everything, this would be a strange situation for me. What up, Benita? So, hey, Kathy. And I'm not sitting down 2 minutes and I see my man walk by from Montreal. He's coming into Charlotte for the Tyro workshop too. And I'll be like, Quentin, what's up? And he's by himself. He doesn't think somebody's going to recognize him in the Charlotte airport. And so he comes over, sees me, and sits down beside. He's like, so what's happening? I was like, man, I'm just trying to find a ride. He was like, you trying to find a ride? He was like, I'm finna call my hotel and ask them about the shuttle from the airport to the hotel. I said, I should do that too. So we both get on the phone and call our respective hotels to ask about the shuttle. And I was like, well, if my hotel doesn't have a shuttle, his hotel is closer to my hotel, I'll ride his shuttle over there and then catch an Uber from his hotel to my hotel. And both hotels said no bueno. They was like, nah, we don't have any, neither one of them had a shuttle. So he looks at me and I was like, man, ain't nobody answering the phone either. So he looks at me, he says, so Khayr, what we gonna do? And I said, trust my magic. And he just looked at me, he just smiled, because that's a vague answer to give somebody when you in a situation and you just come up with, trust my magic. Not we're gonna do a ritual, not we're gonna light a candle, not we're gonna say 21 anabacoas, not all of those things, will work too, but I just said I'm going to trust my magic. And this is the part where I say your magic is like the seed of the farmer. You gotta be trusting your magic, just like the farmer, when he puts the seed in the ground, he knows the results. He may have to go to town the next day after he planted his crops. He ain't worried about what the seeds is doing underground. He know that that's going to happen because of the process. I've been farming so long and the earth has been yielding so much fruit for me that it's going to be it's automatic. It's like we worrying about whether the sun going to come up tomorrow or all these trees in the backyard. I know I got plenty of oxygen. So we sitting there and another 2 minutes go by and all of a sudden this sister comes by who I had never met physically. And she says, Khayr. And I was like, who is that? And I look over and all of a sudden she just like, what you doing here? What you doing in the airport? I was like, we stuck. Because I'm trying to find a ride to get to the hotel. I just told her, that's me speaking into the universe, because every person you meet is a representative of the universe. So just because you see that person and you might judge that person can't help you, that's like you withholding from the universe. So that's what the song means, closed mouths don't get fed on the boulevard. How many times have you done that? If you've done that ever, where you saw somebody and they were asking you what kind of help you needed, you didn't tell them because you thought they couldn't help you. Press 11. Press 11 if you've ever done that. At least one time, somebody was like, hey, what do you need? And you look at them and you're like, you can't help me. Or did you just start lamenting and you just start telling them why they can't help you? You know what? That's you looking at the universe, telling the universe, I want to try to do it by myself. L Boogie is in the building. L Boogie, LA Squared is a part of this story as well. So while all this is going on, L Squared is in the air flying. She's on a plane from Houston and I'm at the airport stuck because I can't get nowhere. I just don't want to pay at these exorbitant prices on the Uber, right? And so here comes the universe sending one of his representatives in, which we call a human. I'm a representative of the universe. You're a representative of the universe. All of us are representative of the universe. And she gives me her first solution. She says, why don't you call XYZ? I was like, yeah. I call XYZ. She don't answer the phone. I was like, what? Don't say shame on me. It's okay. You've done it, but just we don't want to keep doing it no more because you weren't trusting your magic because the universe is sending things at you all the time. Sequence of events. Please type sequence of events. Sequence of events is probably the most dynamic, magical concept that you could grasp. Whether you're a beginner, intermediate, advanced, magi, practitioner, whatever, right? So I say, man, are you coming to work or are you leaving work? She says, I'm just getting here. And I was like, why don't you let us hold the keys? She says, let me go clock in. She don't say, you got insurance? Let me see your license. What time you coming back? She say, just like the universe, let me go clock in. Came back. Here go the keys. I'm over in the employee parking lot. Go over to the employee parking lot. Take that bus to ride over to the employee parking lot. Once you get in there, you get off at the second stop, hit the panic button, and you're gonna see, the alarm is gonna go off, and then you can just fall. You just get the van and then go ahead and go to the hotel, and then just come back and pick me up later. What time you get off? I get off at 1, or I might work overtime and get off at 7. I was like, I'm your servant today. You giving me a solution, universe. Guess what? I'm going to take it. LaShonda Thomas says, what if you don't trust anything, including yourself, because you've been severely burned? Only God, universe, source. Is that bad? That's really, it's kind of terrible, but you got to go through something terrible to get to something great, LaShonda. Yeah, because you're going to have to overcome that. You're going to have to grow through that. Everybody has went through that. But what you're doing is you're really not, it's not that you don't trust, is that you are an expert excuse maker to not try something new. Every time you quote the past, this is for LaShonda and everybody on here. Every time you quote the past about what something happened before as a reason why you're not doing something now, it's not because you don't trust. It's not because you're afraid. It's because you are a professional excuse maker. Somebody type professional. If you've been a professional excuse maker before, please type 22. Let's see how many people have been a professional excuse maker in the past. Right. Benita says, you Kyrie, she knows it's all good. I hope so, but it was all good. And everything just started. And my man looks at me and says, I was like, come on, bro, get your bags. He was like, in his face, I could see in his eyes, like, how did that happen? I said, what'd I just tell you? He said, we're going to trust our magic. I said, well, come on then, because your magic is contributing too. Now, he didn't know the young lady, but he needed a ride. What I'm going to do, leave him at the airport? That's my man. He not going to the same hotel, but I just got a whole car. Matter of fact, it was a van. Magic, this is working. You know why the magic is working? Because I trust it. I already had created a relationship with my magic and the universe, so it was already in the process. Like the ground was going to grow something. What seed did you put in there? So if you put fear and doubt in there, the ground is going to grow you more fear and doubt. If you drop some excuses, the ground is going to grow you more excuses. But if you drop some magic in there and cultivate it with some good water, some joy, some faith, some love, some happiness, some enthusiasm, some passion, regardless of your past. LaShonda says, can you explain? I surely can. LaShonda, do you have any felonies? Have you ever had some niggas run up on you and put guns in your face and steal your product from you? Have you ever been in the backseat of a police car? Have you ever been to prison? All these things are true for me and have happened in my past. They've all happened in my past. but I never talk about them or let them be something as a reason. A reason from the past for me not doing something is an excuse. It's not a fear. It's not a fear. And it's just an excuse. Now that should be the opposite of magic. The opposite of magic is an excuse. Here's my excuse why I'm not going to practice my magic. And some people are full of excuses. You could say they're full of SHI. But I'm going to just say, you know what? You're full of excuses about why you're not accomplishing the things that you should be accomplishing or the things that you could accomplish. So I didn't have no excuse but to take the keys. You see what I'm saying? So we go get in the whip. Get in the whip. The gas tank is on E. Well, I'm looking at my man. Guess what he say? Go to the ATM. Because I'm riding with a real nigga who practice, who believe in his magic. And then he started telling me his story of how he got to Montreal to get to this workshop. How he didn't have the money to get to the work. The workshop was $1,250, $1,250. Then he had to get a plane ticket here. And then the website won't let them do such and such. Then the seminar sold out and he didn't have his ticket yet because he didn't have his money. Then the next day the seminar opened back up and then he do get his money. And then he missed 2 flights in LaGuardia and then he just so happened to land at the same time, right around the time that I got there too. This all magic. He contributed in his magic because he trusted his magic too. I just put the wording to it. So we go to the gas station. We get some gas. Guess what? As soon as we get some gas, we like 1.5 miles away from the airport. Boom. LA Squared hit us. And I just landed. What? Why she need to take an Uber? I'm the new driver. We whip it around after we fill the tank up because that's what real men do. If you give us a car, that car got to come back full of gas and no scratches on it. We turn around, go back to the airport, pick up L Squared. Now all 3 of us is all safely Tybro magicked up, all going to the same destination. One time for the mind. You know what? That was just more proof. Every time something kept happening, it was trust your magic, trust your magic, trust your magic. Sequence of events. Let's go get, who wants some African food? Now we ain't got to go to the hotel and then go catch another Uber. We already in the whip full of gas. Boom, boom. Let's go get some African food. I'm healing from some very real trauma though. I feel you though. Just keep going. People always say they healing from some real trauma is still an excuse. It's just a bigger excuse. Nobody's trauma is no bigger than nobody else's. Everybody got trauma until you quit making an excuse. But it's something from the past. Anything you have to heal from is past tense. If it's a condition, you got a phone and Wi-Fi where you can look at me, then you have an opportunity to do something different. If you ain't got a phone and you ain't got Wi-Fi and you can't even watch me on a Facebook Live, then you have an existing condition. But we still like to use past traumas as excuses for why I'm not going to try something, why I can't do something. But what is stopping you from changing 2 things? Your mind and your intention. If you want to go somewhere, why don't you grab your bag, take your toothpaste and your toothbrush, drop it in the bag, put some clothes in the bag, and go set it by the front door. My nice Adidas bag. Why don't you just put some clothes in the bag and put it by the door and set your intention and test your magic. See, sometimes you have to test your magic before you can trust your magic. Trusting your magic normally comes with a story of success. When you don't trust your magic, it normally comes with a story of an excuse, which you would call a failure. What up, Ben? So it's an excuse. It's not a failure. It's not a, we steady using the wrong words. That's why we having class this Thursday. This Thursday, we are back in the game. Self-mastery through self-discovery, Thursday night, 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern. The link may be up later on today, but we're going to have this joint all the way done for you. So this week, I don't know, it might be around getting past trust issues, because everybody needs, I feel that you need help getting past something that you say is a trust issue. Oh, I don't trust. Why. It's all about reprogramming, y'all. All self-discovery is about reprogramming. It's like you a robot and you know the manual to go through and fix your shoulder blade or sew yourself up. But you're so used to everybody else doing it because we come from this Christian superstition. It's not even a religion no more. We should start calling it a Christian superstition. Everybody call it a Christian superstition, an Islamic superstition. It's all superstitions. What's up, Miss Brown? So on Thursdays, we have class. What's up, Miss Lee? We have classes that you come and ask us questions about whatever it is you want to ask about. Astrology, spirituality, magic, rituals, candle dressings, money, business, whatever. It's me and Jasmine Otten. We're going to do another video later on today, but I just wanted to jump on here today and just get this off my chest about, do you trust your magic? And your level of happiness is going to be tied directly to how much you trust your magic. Do you have more trust in your magic, or do you have more trust in your ability to make excuses? I'm just asking just real life questions. Let me tilt this down because this is all in my mouth. Yeah, there's effective. She said there's no failure. There's effective or ineffective performance. I say it's agreeable and disagreeable. My ears are so keen. I hear my neighbor all the way across the street talking in his backyard. Yeah, am I getting agreeable or disagreeable results? Agreeable is, this is what I want to do, is nod my head at the results I'm getting. Disagreeable is I'm disagreeing with what the kind of results I'm getting. I don't like it. Sonya says, I finally ordered my AOS medallion and 2 CDs that you directed me to do months ago. Almost ready for you. You was ready for me before you ordered that. Everybody's ready. Everybody's ready, because all you have to do is change your mind and change your intentions. Can everybody please type mind and intentions? Change my mind, change my intention, change my intention, change my mind. And then following your gut, following your heart and following your gut, and quit letting your mind jerk you. Your mind is over here doing this, hitting you off with damn no Vaseline, ain't kissing you or nothing. That's why I keep telling you, your mind is your enemy. Your mind don't want you to get your magic popped off, because your mind is so logical. It wants everything to be so logical. I trusted my magic today and things were popping. You hear me? LA Squared, she know mind and intention. Y'all should ask her how she got to the workshop. She just opened her mouth and let an intention out. And all of a sudden, sprinkle me, baby. Sprinkle me. That mind is a mofo to overcome. But once you do, the rewards. Because if she would have kept her mouth shut, her mind was like, you can't get there. You don't have the money. Nobody's going to give it to you. You can't do this. You can't do that. And she just kept her mouth shut and just been nodding her head like, well, my mind is right. But I feel drawn to it. She'd never been to a Taibro workshop, and this was her first time that she was go to a Taibro workshop. And she come to a master's class. Most workshops is $250. She picked the one that cost 6 times as much as $250, $1,250. Who do that for your first one? But what did she do? She got past her mind, changed her mind, set her intention to open her mouth and was like, I need this money. Because remember, anybody you talk to is a representative of the universe. So even if I talk to Christina, or if I talk to Sonya, or if I talk to Lucy or whoever, you're still a representative of the universe. Now, you might not do your job and go deliver my message, but the universe still hit you. Like, you're supposed to take my message and deliver it to the universe. If you got it, then obviously you are the deliverer. Sometimes you're just a messenger of the universe. You might not even be the one delivering the package. Sometimes I'm not the one delivering the package. I'm just delivering the message, and then somebody else delivers the package. Overcoming this thing. You working on it? What you working on overcoming, Miss Jenkins? So she opened her mouth and was like, I need it. And she spoke it to a representative of the universe who was close by. And they was like, oh, here's the money. Here you go. Happy birthday. So everybody riding in the car at that time in the van was trusting their magic to get to their destination. Nobody had no worries. Nobody was like, are we going to get where we're going? Is the van going to break down? Is anything going to... Nah, we went and got good food, good fellowship. Everybody got dropped off. And I had to get to the barbershop because I was looking like Wolfman. And the barbershops kept closing because it kept getting later and later and later. Right. So I didn't find a barbershop until like 8:15 on a Friday night when Erykah Badu and Goody Mob was in town in Charlotte, North Carolina. So let me just explain to you how I was because Douglas was like, how you going to get your face done? I'm going to trust my magic. And ever since I've been back in Atlanta, I've been had 3 or 4 people say, what's your plans for the day? What do you plan on doing the rest of the day? I don't have any plans. I'm going to trust my magic. I know what I need to get done today before I go back to sleep. And I already took a nap already. I'm going to trust my magic to let things keep on magically popping up because I'm just like the farmer who planted the seed. I know the seed is good. If I know the seed is good, I don't have to sit up here and worry. And look how the breeze is coming through as I'm saying this. If the seed is good, the earth is going to catch it and doing exactly what it's supposed to be doing. Working on stripping my mind from overriding what I really desire. Don't strip your mind of the power. Reassign your mind. Can I talk about that for a second? I'm going to give you this one technique. We're going to add this in the Thursday's class. Who's coming to Thursday's class? It's only $26. Thursday's class is always $26. Who's coming? Raise your hand. Press 88 if you come into class on, because Haywood Self-Esteem, of course, is coming. If you come into class on Thursday, press 88. It's $26. This will be our class number 6, which is equality. The first 5 classes have been bonkers. Bonkers. So don't strip your mind. Reassign your mind. Reassign your mind to only process. Oh, the website, because this will be on replay, will be selfdiscoveryclass.info. Selfdiscoveryclass.info. If you go there like right now, it ain't ready yet. But it'll be ready by the time you watch this replay and get to this part if you're watching a replay. So selfdiscoveryclass.info. Okay? So, your mind is only supposed to process things, but not make decisions. The mind has been processing things and making decisions. It's only supposed to observe. Remember Battlestar Galactica? The thing was going and the thing was going across his eyes. It was just observing and gathering information. That's all it's supposed to be doing. Gathering information and processing it. But it's not supposed to make a final decision. The mind is like a computer. The computer processes all this information, but it ain't supposed to decide whether you're going to log in or not log in or do whatever. You make the decision from your gut. See my gut down here? My gut. The abdominal brain is where you need to be making your decisions from. Please start making your decisions from the abdominal brain. With the and a sound. 70% of all of us are generators anyway. I'm going a little bit into human design, but you are not supposed to keep letting your mind make the decisions for you. So don't strip your mind, reassign the mind. Can I get everybody to type that? Chantel Dinkins says, what's the class about? The self-discovery class is a group class led by the students with 2 teachers, me and Jasmine Otten, where we give you 2 hours plus sometimes for you to come ask any questions concerning something that's going on in your life that you want help with in the development of it and discovering yourself. You got a question about rituals? Come to class on Thursday. You got a question about astrology? Come to class on Thursday. You got a question about candles and dressing candles? Come to class on Thursday. You got a question about relationships? Come to class on Thursday. You got class. You got a question about business or websites or domain names or SEO operations or childbirth or pregnancies or breathing or meditation. Come to class on Thursday. One price, one time, one class. And we do it every Thursday. So if you look, a lot of people will, you'll scroll back up, you'll see a lot of people who press 88. They're coming to class. They've already been to class before. So it's going to be fabulous. If you've been to class, if you've been to one of the first 5 classes, please put a number up of which class you've been to. Have you been to all 5 classes? Did you go to class 2 and class 4? You can skip classes. You ain't got to come to all of them. They do all go together, but it's not a class of us just having something to talk about and you just sit there and listen. No, we take questions at the first 5 minutes. We come in, we say prayer, we say peace, everybody introduce themselves, and then we say what we may have to say, and then all of a sudden the questions start coming. And the great thing about this is you get the advantage of other people asking questions that you may have wanted to ask. And also on Facebook, it's a public setting, so you may not get your full attention here. Like it may be a troll that's in here asking questions, but they really ain't gonna do nothing. So we was like, yo, $26 at the door. Come on through. You can do the class on your phone. You get the replay, and you're in a group of dedicated people who want to learn too. How can you keep your heart from overpowering your gut? Your heart and your gut work together, so you ain't got to worry about that. It's your mind is the problem. Your heart and your gut are not the problem. See, that's your mind made that question up, Bonita. She said, how can you keep your heart from overpowering your gut? Your mind is overpowering both of them by asking that question. A totally student-led class. Yes, that's what it is. You can ask anybody who's ever come to. It's totally, all we doing is answering the questions. And we make sure there ain't no satellite conversations going on. Like you ain't gonna come on there to start talking about Donald Trump or something like that. We don't do that. As an educator, this is essential for students to remain engaged and retain information. Genius ideal. This is the future of education. I don't know. This is the Thursday of education. We do this. This will be the 6th class that we've had. Yes. Now we kind of like sometimes have themes. So we did have one that was a relationship theme, right? So everybody had all these relationship questions, and I talked about Venus in your chart. But people were asking more questions about all this other stuff. And then Sonny Gravely is in the house. What up? 336 in the building, Guilty County. We had a class strictly on money. Oh, and the best thing about classes on Thursday is at the end of the class, Jasmine gives us a group ritual to do. We give out a ritual at the end. So who's giving you an effective ritual that you need to help your situation lately? Nobody, because you out here trying to figure stuff out. You out here asking people that you ain't sure whether they know or not. So we created a venue where you can come and talk to people who know. And yes, we may be talking about entheogens or psychedelics or magic mushrooms or toad a little more in the group, because I had a toad experience with the 5-MeO DMT, and then I had mine in May, and Jasmine had hers 3 weeks ago in Los Angeles. So, life-changing medicine. So, of course, announcements. Dr. Jerry will be in Atlanta with the Toad Medicine, October 25th, 26th, and 27th. If you need further information, please go to toadmedicine.org. Can somebody please type that? toadmedicine.org. Put your deposit down. To hold your space. Okay? If you're not familiar with the Toad, please go type in Mike Tyson, Dr. Jerry. And that's with a G. Mike Tyson, Dr. Jerry, hot boxing. And that's the first video. And you're going to see You're gonna just you'll get it from there. I also have a YouTube video about. I have some questions about 5-MeO DMT. If you type it, if you type that in, you're gonna see that as well. Trust your magic, yo. Thank you, LaShawn. Appreciate that. Please trust your magic, because when you doubt your magic, you doubting the seeds. I'm not even supposed to be on Facebook, but I totally drew you in. I don't think so let me get into sharing just a little bit about what I learned at the workshop that was $1,250 this weekend. Okay. Sometimes you have a pact with people to do certain things, and your conscious mind will try to resist it. But your unconscious mind is like oceans. Your subconscious mind is like the Great Lakes. But your conscious mind is like a teaspoon of water. And a lot of y'all are letting your teaspoon of water control the rest of your body, when it should be the opposite. You should be trusted. Your magic is in the oceans. Your magic is in the Great Lakes. Your magic is not in what you think. Your magic, can somebody please type that? That was a jewel for the day. My man Chris Enlighten just got on here, so you know what I have to say about that? These are spiritual vittles. Y'all better follow Chris Enlighten and hit him up on YouTube. Spiritual vittles just came out my mouth and showed up at the same time. Your mind can't comprehend magic. Your mind just does a great job blocking magic. Because when the unexplainable happens, then guess what you do? You start saying, well, I can't. This doesn't make sense. This doesn't make sense. This doesn't make sense. What if you made a pact? What if? Let me hit you with the what if so I can get past your mind. Because if I tell you that you did do it, your mind will flip out. But what if we was in a star together billions of years ago and we shook on something? We made a deal. We cut a finger and some blood dripped and we put it together. And we was like, this is what we're going to do. And the universe was like, please file that up under agreement number Universal 1743897655.04327.1. My nigga, you gonna do that pact. You gonna do that pact. And so for me, I ain't fighting no more. I ain't fighting or resisting the pacts that I have made. I've been told everybody about these cosmic contracts. That may be the damn topic for tonight. For Thursday, cosmic contracts. Ooh, I can't get that one away for free. Can we do cosmic contracts? I want y'all to come and ask questions about cosmic. I would love for the topic this Thursday to be about cosmic contracts. You always can buy the replay too. So if you skip the first 5 classes and you ain't never came through, you can go get one of them other 5 classes. They're $35 though a piece, right? You got to be on time and then you get the break. But anyway, we're not even going through about why we charge what we charge. Everything is an 8 because it's infinity. What L Boogie say? Whether you want to or not, you're going to go through with the pack. So you can keep resisting it for some years. Like me, Dr. Gibson been trying to get me rich. My teacher before Dr. Gibson, Senyata, he told me in 2010, go get millions. He said, go get millions. Oh, I was resisting. I've had all type of excuses about why I don't go get millions too. I'm an excuse master. That's why I'm a former excuse master. So I'm a resume. But I'm done now. Now I'm working on being an intention master. Where them intentions at? 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 So my intentions is to fulfill these cosmic contracts. with you and anybody that comes across my path, because I'm a representative of the universe, you're a representative of the universe. When you come get a reading from me, we already had a cosmic contract. We had sex or we had a fight, we already had a cosmic contract. We had a friendship, we did whatever, it's a cosmic contract. Why you think you be having that pull? Some of y'all on here right now, I could call your name out, but I ain't. And you could just be like, you know what? This is this person. I just looked at him and I was like, I knew I was going to have sex with this person. And whoop, 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 whoop. Because you already had sex with them. You already had a cosmic contract. Your energy keeps repeating itself. Energy don't die, don't go away. You just refresh this meat jacket. I don't want to even get into that right there. I do want to get into it, but I ain't, because I got things to do today. Because I got other magic that I'm going to let happen. So, thank you so much. What was the biggest thing you took out of this share? On a scale of 1 to 10, how do you feel about what I shared today? 1, don't ever make another video. Somewhere closer to 10, 7, 8, 9, 10. That means I did okay. But what was the one thing that you took away from what I said today about trusting your magic and how you can apply it to your life now? Not even tomorrow. Now. When you start applying things in the now, it is the biggest evidence that you can produce that you trust your magic like a farmer trusts his seeds. It's the biggest. It's the biggest thing you can do to start now. Stop telling me about what happened in the past and you can't do this. I had a whole long ass drawn out texting thing today before I took my nap with someone who just steadily just telling me about what happened in the past. I'm not interested. I'm only interested in my M's. I'm interested in my M's, not my P's. I ain't interested in your P's either. I'm interested in your M's. Can we make some M's together? That whole stuck in the past. I could do a whole video about stop being stuck in the past. Stop telling me stories and stuff like that. Get out of my mind and let my gut start deciding. Hey, Ashley. I'm talking about. Nova said, no excuses, trust my magic. I won't let my life be ruled by a teaspoon and trust my gut. It's been leading me on the most blissful paths lately. Voila. Where are you now? Because you could be anywhere. Is it just leading you? Are you back in New York? Are you still in South Carolina? Where are you at? Reassign your mind. It's a storage clerk that done took over your whole government. You know, to a coup. But if he's a storage clerk, he's just good. Just give him a raise and tell him just go back to sorting things out. But you can't make executive decisions like the VIP president no more. Also said, though, because I've been crying a lot lately, but it's all good. Okay, well, there you go. Just doing something as an action to show that I trust myself. Trust really, and also what's the definition of the word trust, everybody? What's the definition of the word trust? Trust what people show you. Trust what people show you. The mind is not the key to your success. The mind, I never said that. The mind is the key to you not being successful. The mind is not the key to your success. Your mind just tricked you, Carmelia Brown, and we want to denounce that statement of your mind, but we're not going to denounce you. We're going to uplift you and praise you, but we're going to denounce that statement that just came out of your mind. If you watch all of what I just said and you think that the mind is the key to your success, no, your gut is the key to your success. Your heart is the key to your success, not your conscious mind. Not a tablespoon of water is not the key. I'll be in Atlanta soon. I don't believe you. I'm good. My sister's moving there, so I'll be down there. I ain't listening to you. You like Lucy on the Lucy and Charlie Brown with the football. Okay. Mental and emotional self-mastery. But remember, before mastery is discovery. So I don't want to put El Boogie on that one. Before mastery comes discovery. That's why the name of the class on Thursday is always what? Self-mastery through self-discovery. Self-mastery through self-discovery. Like even now you're having DNA explosions and discovering things about yourself. You have to discover something before you can master it. You cannot skip discovery. And I used to teach that. Self-mastery, self-mastery, self-mastery. Excuse me, I'd rather get to the root. Yes. Trust what people show you. Firm belief in the reliability, truth, ability, or strength of someone or something. Yeah, that's a dictionary. Yeah. Trust what someone shows you. That's the definition. I trust what you show me. That's it. That's it. I try to go out with a girl. She keeps standing me up and giving me excuses. I trust her. My brother stole almost $1,000 out of my altar room. I trust him. I trust that he'll steal from me. I trust that the girl will stand me up. I trust what you show me. That's it. I only want you to trust what I show you. You ain't never seen me play basketball or run or whatever else. So trust what I show you. That's it. Janae said, this is the bomb. Thank you. All right, Lisa Nixon in Columbia, South Carolina, Team Capricorn. I got an important phone call that just came in. I got to get back to that. I found you in peace. I'm going to leave you in prayer. What up, Crystal Butterfly? Everybody who just came on here, please press 2 if you're going to share this video with a friend. Put it in one of these groups that you in that needs to have some DNA explosions, or everybody talking about the universe, the mind is mental, and all this ridiculousness. Come on. Magic. Trust your magic. The magic is what's running the universe. Anabakoa Gejalak Yaminka, Tatia Tezara, Kabel Ronan, Amcha, Sagvanu, Tahara Nunara, Nagibor, the Shay Yakadeka, Kabava Shamra, Barkam Tyram, Rakame, Tazika Taka, Tamid Gamlin, Kasin Kadosh, Badaruf Tufka, Nahela Taka, Yakid Gahel, Chapanez, or Craig Katushka Taka, Shavatanu Kabel, Ushma, Tazakatanu, Yodea Talamot, Buruk Shem, Kovo Makuto, Alam Vaed. Word. Mahalo y'all. Peace.